Come on, James. I've actually been getting better at it.
Let's go, James. Score some fucking goals.
I'm gonna have to cut that. You can't score goals at the start. Look, guys, I know we did Cyberpunk not that long ago, but I've been really enjoying. I've just been really feeling. I've been going through a bit of. I've been going through what would the kids say, my Cyberpunk era. Okay, and I've been really enjoying it. I don't feel bad.
It's who I am.
It is who I am. Okay, Garbu, did you see that thing I sent you the other day?
Which one?
The advert that I got on Facebook. The Homo 5000.
yeah.
Now that's Cyberpunk.
Unfortunately, I was like, my wife's like, "Hey, babe, what is that?" I'm like, I think it's a fuck machine. She's like, "What?" I think, I was trying to look. I was like, I was visibly distraught seeing that machine.
Yeah,
I think it's a jacking machine. Like it's like a jackhammer for your jacking. And she's like,
Look, guys.
"Why are you?" I went, James. And she went, "Yeah, it's all right." Like, I just gotta say your name, and she's like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Checks out. Yeah, look, for you guys that want to see the Homo 5000, I'll post it on Twitter. So I'll
Gyromatic, fuckomatic.
Mate, you need to see it. And like the thing is, like
lubed lightning.
The advert for it has like it says like, "Oh, this is like the world's best phone holder." You know what I'm like? What? Yeah. But anyway, look. So we're going to be going into cyberpunk derivatives. What is a derivative? Like it's like, all different types, like biopunk, nanopunk.
Well, I'll go ahead and
steampunk,
read this little blurb form on our Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
So, since the advent of the cyberpunk genre, a number of cyberpunk derivatives have become recognized in their own right as a distinct subgenre in speculative fiction, especially in science fiction. Rather than necessarily sharing the digitally, mechanically focused setting of cyberpunk, these derivatives can display other futuristic or even retro-futuristic qualities that are drawn from an analogous or are an analog to cyberpunk. Sorry, I had a fucking Buckeye right in my throat. I was like,
Garbu's telling me how my puny Euro brain cannot comprehend.
Your puny little patty brain can't even recognize the Buckeye, brother. The peanut butter rises to the top. Anyway, a world built on one particular technology that is extrapolated to a highly sophisticated level. A gritty, trans-real urban style or a particular approach to social themes, which is why I'm so excited to do fucking Burger Punk next year.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I've just got so many other projects on, like, that are, like, stuck at the minute, like, bottlenecked. I'm really thinking about genuinely, like, I really don't want to, but if I want to get the book out, I think I'm going to have to end up going for AI art, because I want this book to be huge. The hex map alone is massive. I want this to be one.
You can't heckin' use AI art. That's heckin' bad for artists.
Yeah, I know it is, but I work with so many artists, and like so few of them are able to like bang out. Like,
well, thing is, like, you and I have paid our dues to artists, bro. Like, I got my kids' book going, and that's already like $800 there in art. Like, we've paid our dues, all right? Give us a break.
I like, honestly, again, it's kind of cyberpunk using AI art if you think about it. So like, I think I'm gonna go for it. Honestly, I think it'll be fun. The only problem is all the good formatters don't really like AI art. So if you want like a really high end formatter, they tend to not want to work on projects with AI art.
Sorry, Chuddy, I don't format AI art.
Yeah, I know. Well, the problem is it's because the other people they work with don't like it, so it's kind of bad for business for them. Or at least that's the ones that I've spoken to. Like any formatter I've spoken to, they ask like, "Is there any AI art in this book?" And it's like, "No, not in this one, but I am working on other books that do you have AI art?" It's like, "Well, as long as it's not in this one, it's no issue then." You know what I mean? Anyway, look, we'll talk. I'm sure we're going to get into Cyberpunk or Burger Punk. We'll talk about that at the end because I don't think it's on here. And honestly, it's kind of like it's such a niche one, but I don't know why it's not more popular, because to me, like, the ultimate example of Burger Punk, I reckon, honestly, a great example is RoboCop.
See, it's not on here yet.
Yet. Okay, like, we need to define it, okay? Like, let's keep going. Let's see what
soon. So more or less, cyberpunk is a genre where it's about, some form of futurism, as far as I'm aware. Whether it's like goth futurism or cassette futurism or retro future, it's set in the future, and there's always a mildly dystopian twist to it in some way, or it plays on social themes.
I feel like what it does is it plays off a social theme that was prevalent at the time that it was written, and sees it to its like worst end. So, for instance, cyberpunk is the Japanese becoming more and more powerful in like the 1980s, and like their technology is taken off. The cars are just amazing. Japan just looks dead set to like
Mr.
really
President, I'm
be
sorry,
like a
they have
powerhouse.
God and anime on their side.
No, no. But you get what I'm trying to say. And again, that's where you get so much of the reference inside of cyberpunk, and again, anime and all that sort of stuff kind of goes into it. Honestly, Africa's kind of what's really underestimated. I reckon, see a dystopian future set in Africa. I love that shit. Unironically, one of my favorite. I really enjoy Dogtown in Cyberpunk 2077, and I think it's just underrepresented. See, adding weird Christianity with African witchcraft mixed in with body modifications and all that sort of weird stuff going. It just works, guys. Okay, it just works.
There's ghosts in my cyber knee. Fucking
no, but it actually works so well. And honestly, the problem is, I think a lot of people just wouldn't do it because they would be branded as racists. But honestly, it's fun though. Look at Sierra Leone in the late 90s, early 2000s. Perfect setting. You got General Butt Naked. You got General Lambo. Yeah, they've got all these weird. Or have you ever seen that movie Garbro, Beasts of No Nation? It's really good actually. You should watch that. It's by child soldiers. And let me get it up here. Let me see. Beasts. It was on Netflix. Actually.
It's about child soldiers, Garbo. You're gonna love it. What did he mean by this?
No, it's actually
what
is a
did he
great
mean
movie
by
though.
This?
No, it is actually a really, really good movie, and it's got what's his name in it? What do you call your English black fella?
Which one?
Oh,
that does not narrow it down, my friend.
No, Luther. You call him. He's got hold on. What the fuck is his name?
English black act.
Yeah, he's really big. He's really good. So he is.
Is it Idris Elba?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
See, he's the first hit.
Yeah, exactly. That's because you know who I'm on about.
There's Idris Elba and John Boyega. That's the first hit.
It's John Boyega English, is he?
Yeah,
I didn't know he was English. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's a news to me. I don't know. I just assumed he was American. Anyway, look. Let's go and jump into these. Let's go into futuristic derivatives. First up, we got biopunk. What is biopunk?
So this is from that. A great example of this is that game they made where it's
Undersea.
The all organic game they made about a year back, where all the guns are organic and are all living. Hold on, Scorn. That's the one. Scorn. So Scorn is an excellent example of biopunk, where everything is a living thing. Everything is organic. I'll send you a picture of something from Scorn. But literally everything in the game is a living biomech or a biomachine. Everything has kind of an organic look to it. Yeah.
So it's kind of like H.R. Geiger type of stuff.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. So I believe the inspiration came from the scene in Alien with that giant pilot. That big organic looking, yeah. So biopunk is really fascinating as a setting because everything is born or is created via organic mass. There you go. Yeah. It's that little no.
You don't like that one?
No. The one. Hold on. Go down. Stop. Go. Oh, fuck you. Okay. Now hold. Stop. Go right. That one. That's the one that really set off the the biopunk movement. Was this giant organic mech suit. Which of course they later on said, oh, there's a guy inside of it, which doesn't really hurt biopunk. It kind of ruined the mystique of it all. But it's one of those things where everything is powered by heat or electromagnetic pulses from these living organisms. So think in a way, think if the Tyranids got more advanced technologically and they were using more actual tech with their biomass.
What about a good example is what if Tyranids just fought Necrons for an incredible amount of time?
Yeah,
and
sure.
they, the way Tyranids, like, they adapt to their enemy and whatnot, and because they consume them, they, what I mean, they start to kind of look and resemble them to a certain extent,
And the biggest cornerstone of biopunk or spore punk or what was another term for it? There's like spore punk. But basically,
would the Borg count? Would the Borg be a form of this? Do you think? From Star Trek.
I believe they fit, not as well as they could, but they kind of do sort of fit in the role. But most like biopunk or organic punk, it's always a excellent setting for some kind of horror or an invasion type thing, or because it has a gross vibe. Like, imagine where it's a door, right? But to get through that door, a sphincter opens up and gives birth to a fucking key. You gotta like move that key, and then it retracts back to a sphincter. Like it's all organic. Like here we go. So here's an image that really does bring up like the gross aspect. Yeah. So the gross aspect of biopunk or what's that? Another word for it? I guess Geiger works, but like Geiger punk, biopunk.
I would just call it the general Geiger aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like mixing a machine with organic matter. And again, you could argue. Well, I suppose could you argue like servitors would be a form of it? Like,
no,
they're
just those are just
they're not born.
They're
they're just like more created from. And then I suppose the Borg would kind of count more of cyborgs.
Like they kind of sort of fit, but like not as well as they could. Because technically they are just cyborg. Technically.
Yeah. All right. What do we have up next? So we got biopunk. Let's go nanopunk. I've never heard of nanopunk. What is nanopunk?
So I believe nanopunk is it's all about nanotechnology. It's basically, from what I heard, it's basically like the hidden cyberpunk, where
right. So it's like more advanced, is it?
It's more small, really. Like nanotech is like what was that one fucking vampire, Ultraviolet, where it's all about nanobots.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Like, I don't think they would agree with my take on Ultraviolet, but a lot of
probably not.
But it's all about microtechnology and how it affects the society. Like, oh, you have cancer, not anymore. Nanotech has removed cancer, or I have a brain, or nanites go in and like fix your Alzheimer's. It's a much more subtle form. It's far more subtle.
So in other words, what we could just slap on the top of it, nano machine, son.
Basically, yeah,
that'll do the job.
Yeah,
unironically. I suppose, like, Melger Solid, I suppose, is the ultimate example of that. But I don't know.
Like, this is going to weird you out, but technically, Osmosis Jones is nanopunk. Technically.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that.
So
that makes sense.
So it's a very subtle form of cyberpunk.
I would argue, like, a lot of times whenever you see it, it looks just like generic futurism. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
like generic futurism, except
a lot of folks draw like, like Futurama's nanopunk because of that scene with the fucking
Would you say so?
Well, it's called like Paradise Lost, I think. Like Paralice Lost. It basically, Fry eats a fucking gaseous sandwich, like a gaseous egg sandwich has worms in it, and the worms help build his body up.
Yes.
It's technically technically nanopunk. I mean, a lot of guys say the old 1990s films like Honey I Shrunk the Kids, that's technically nanopunk, so they shrink it down.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, a lot of video games like Metal Gear Solid, obviously, or like Day X or Crisis,
those
are all like nanopunk.
Oh, Crisis, that would be a good example. Yeah, Crisis. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know if I would. I don't know if it deserves its own title though. Nanopunk. It would more just be like the style of the technology
I'm not really sure
in
why,
the near future.
Yeah, like
I don't really think it deserves a name.
like it's I mean, it's not really. It's more of just like nanite futurism, if anything. Like, oh, we have these tiny robots
just like
that fix stuff.
you could argue it's like the opposite of Fallout, because like, okay, so in Fallout, like, yeah, okay, the technology gets better than what it is in well, I know it's the future, but like, but everything's big and clunky because they don't have transistors essentially. So it's kind of like the reverse of that. Like, everything just gets smaller. You could argue, like, we could really see that. Like, remember whenever it used to be like the cool thing where phones were getting smaller? Like, you wanted the smallest phone, and then suddenly it's like, no, give me a big. Now it's like, give me a big phone again, please.
Thing is, when screens got big, oh man, I can watch YouTube for hours now. Fuck, you want your big screen back? Yeah,
yeah. Like, it's weird that though, because it was like, give me the smallest device possible. You know what I mean?
Like, I remember when like the first Galaxies came out, and they're just huge tablet phones. Like, these are so clunky or dumb until you realize, oh, I can download YouTube and watch movies. What the fuck?
Yeah, pretty sweet. So it was. I had an old. Was it the Note, the first Note, Samsung Galaxy Note? It was huge.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Note.
Yeah, the Note was massive. So it was. It was a good phone though.
It was so heavy it would break your toe if you dropped it, bro.
Yeah, it would. It was a good phone though. Honestly, I miss it. I would love to get another one. So I would, if I be honest with you. Well, right, look, let's move. Yeah, so let's move on.
This is my favorite post-Cyberpunk. I'm talking like Ghost and Shell, Alita Battle Angel, fucking Rewired, Holy
Could you
Fire.
Call it, what makes it post though? Like, I thought like
post is like the fallout. It usually has a form of like this, like the dystopia to it or something like that. Like post-Cyberpunk is my favorite because it shows the aftermath of like the peak and the crash, the crest and the trough of all this cyber stuff. And like by far my favorite are those two. Of course they're anime, I know. Like but like Ghost in Shell.
Honestly, Ghost in Shell's good. Ghost in Shell, I don't even consider it anime. I think it's great.
People don't realize that Alita Battle Angel is post Cyberpunk.
Is that what is it? Hold on, let me Google it.
Alita Battle Angel.
Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I'm sorry to say.
Go to images.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. No. I believe.
So Alita, she's a was it a Panzerkunst or some shit? Where basically there's a war between Earth and Mars, right? And like the sky cities fell after the war, so it's post Cyberpunk. Now click that. Hold on. Stop. Go up. Now click that little image of her in the street to the left.
That one.
Yeah. Now. Look at the background. Like that is post Cyberpunk. It's futuristic. Also looks like that's some shit.
Yeah,
mind you, this video pissed off like the fucking fatties something fierce, which I highly enjoyed.
Why? What was up with it? What happened?
This is not what a woman looks like. She's a fucking android, that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's not really like an action. See, that's the problem. Like, it's like, it's in the future. They're not.
This is unhealthy female body standards put on your belly wheel, like in fucking Judge Dredd.
At what point does is a human still a human? Like, how much can you replace from a human before the brain? Do you think so? Like, can you remove absolutely everything until you hit the brain? But then again, how much can you put into the brain before it stops being human? Like, at what point do you become like Dr. Manhattan?
So there's actually a bit of discussion on this. It's half the brain or the entire brain. Once you go past half of the brain being removed, you start losing your humanity. Like if you go back. Your big image splash selection. Now to the right of the image is this huge dude, right? That guy's just a fucking head.
Yeah, it just looks like Atom Smasher to me, if I'm honest with you.
That guy's just a head. And what's his name? Like it's some Polish name that he's named after, but guy's just a fucking head, yo.
Also, he just looks like Atom Smasher. Like, if I be honest with you, he's got a very similar body to Atom Smasher. I can see it.
But like in that setting, there's like fucking rollerball where it's like demolition derby, roller derby. There's like that kind of shit. This is the fallout of like the Great War, where the sky burned and the cities fell and Mars.
Yeah. Oh, would Chult then be a good example of that?
I suppose.
Maybe. We'll need to ask Venture.
I'm sure Chult can be applied to some form of punk, but we have to do a deep dive on the Chult apply it correctly.
Yeah. So essentially with Chult, it's like the end of the world happened. Like, it used to, everything turned to shit like about 150 years. It might have been 80 years ago or whatever. But they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding. They're at the point where it's like, the end is over. You know what I mean? And they're starting to rebuild.
Like,
sort of.
If you want a good example to show your friends of post Cyberpunk, you show them Alita Battle Angel and Ghost in Shell, and maybe like
Yeah.
I suppose Rewired would work as well, but like Holy Fire, shit, there's more I'm trying to think of. I know that Dune doesn't really fit, but Dune can fit on some planet.
Dune is so... I would argue, to me, Dune is just Bronze Age in space. That's the only... I don't know if I don't even know you could fit... There's so many There's so much to Dune, if I be honest with you. And it kind of like goes all over the show in like genres.
So real quick, I think Blade Runner is actually post-cyberpunk.
Well, I would say if you're gonna classify Ghost in the Shell as post-cyberpunk, I think you definitely put Blade Runner as post-cyberpunk as well. Then if that, but I'm not really seeing much of a difference between cyberpunk and post-cyberpunk. Like, would that mean that cyberpunk 2020 and cyberpunk 77 is 77 now post-cyberpunk? You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I don't know. This is where the lines just blur too much for me, and I kind of get to the point of, do we need to me, like, nanopunk doesn't need. I don't think nanopunk needs a definition, if I be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like people try and say that RoboCop is post-cyber. It's actually pre-cyber, if you ask me. It's pre-cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And like, there's also
it's definitely like the...
I would say Minority Report isn't really post-cyberpunk. It's more of you're kind of in it at that point.
Yeah, Minority Report's a good one, though. I really enjoyed it. It's one of the few Tom Cruise movies that I really enjoyed. It was an interesting premise. Megan hates Tom Cruise. I can't watch anything with Tom Cruise in it because Megan just fucking leaves at me. Yeah, like that, but unironically. Right, so let's keep going. Real
quick, do you want to know the most surprising one that's argued a lot over whether it's cyberpunk or not cyberpunk?
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, that's an interesting one, actually.
It's kind of a sleeper.
Yeah.
Because people are like, well, actually, it's pre-cyber. Actually, it's post-cyber. Actually, I think it's right. It's right in the middle because technically, it kind of checks the goals because you do have cyberspace. You have
you got cyberspace.
Weird games involving kids. You know what I mean?
That checks out.
And technically, as well, Pokemon could also be post-cyberpunk because you have a huge war. There's a fallout.
Oh yeah.
There's instant heals and spray on heals. Is technically cyberpunk post because there's advanced technology going on, but it's also it's after a huge fall.
So there's a lot of really good theories on Pokemon, about what all happened, where are all the adults, what's going on, and it's actually really interesting. So it is actually it kind of let's take Pokemon but for a more darker turn, and it's actually really interesting lead if any of you guys are interested. I wouldn't say no to actually maybe. Well, I suppose I don't really know that much about Pokemon. I only watched the original Indigo League, and that's it. I don't know anything else about any of the new stuff. I don't know. So probably isn't a video
the
worth
newer
doing
Pokemon
for us.
shit's just Coomer trash. I have a Pokemon, Batman. I have a little Pokemon. What kind of Pokemon is a Joker? It's a Lopunny, Batman. No Joker.
What's the one that that they're furry? The ninja Pokemon.
They're all fucking furries, dude. Come on. There's Blaziken. There's fucking Lopunny.
Okay. Well, stop.
Right there. You type in sexy Pokemon and see what pops up. I dare you. I fucking dare you.
Right, okay, I'll type it. I really want to type in sexy Pokemon. That's the one. That's the one. What's that one?
Oh, that's fucking Lucario, dumbass.
Yeah, that's well. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I don't know my Pokemon.
It's a mini Anubis. Fuck. But yeah, I dare you.
Okay.
Type in sexy Pokemon.
Okay, sexiest. Okay.
You're gonna get 45 Reddit threads probably.
Yeah. Let's put it go.
Look, you got Lopunny, fucking Gardevoir, that fucking fox thing. It's just furry Coomer bait, man.
Oh my god, is this where we're at?
That's a Pokemon trainer.
If I be honest with you, I'm surprised there wasn't more because let's be serious, Pokemon's that big. I think honestly, Pokemon's one of the biggest franchises ever. I think they've made something over 100 billion. So they have off Pokemon, so it adds up.
A feet sticker, come on, internet.
Chill out. Don't do that to my Mount Bulbasaur. Don't do that to Bulbasaur.
Oh, George, not the Bulbasaur.
No. You know what? Okay. I'm what's the fucking deal with Digimon, man? Light up. What's the deal?
Actually, talking on Cyberpunk, Digimon, you're correct. Digimon.
Digimon.
It's a sexy. Turn that shit off.
All right, okay. Okay, there we go.
ahead,
I'll leave it on her.
Go leave it.
What, this
My
one?
dog. No, my fucking dog is fucking me. James, turn it off! Turn it off, James!
Okay, I'll leave it there.
That's what that. Actually, you know what? That's fine. Jesse can be on any sticker any day.
Yeah, all right. Fair
My
enough,
first
fair
anime
enough.
crush,
So
Jesse with her long ass red hair.
yeah. So what were you going for Digimon?
So Digimon, think about it. It does fit in Cyberpunk, but which punk though?
I don't know. Anime punk? Does that make sense?
I mean, that could be a fucking genre for all we know. Anime punk.
Yeah.
Now
I
here's
would say
one. Now here's one. Both you and I love though. We're gonna go get on past Digimon because that's its own thing about kids.
Yeah.
Kids controlling a giant busty angel. Let's push on past that subject.
Yeah.
Cyber noir.
That's a good one.
You know, because cyber noir is how I think it's how a lot of people got into it. Because technically, cyber noir is Blade Runner is cyber noir. You have a detective.
Yeah.
He's doing
Yeah,
stuff.
it is most definitely. It's 1920s detective. Okay. Then, oh my, no! I got the worst one for you. Then, Garb. I've got the worst of the worst. What about He Shot Roger Rabbit? Then.
It's not cyberpunk, you ass.
It's not the future, but okay. They've got tunes. They've got goop, the detective work, it's very noir, maybe not cyber, but it's noir at the very least. I don't know where you would class it.
Like,
it's got
to me, cyber noir is like, Blade Runner.
Would you call? What about Minority Report? That kind?
Yeah, for sure,
maybe.
for sure.
Yeah,
but basically, cyber noir is simply a detective in any cyber setting, so it's very easy.
Yeah. You gotta rely on like the 1920s detective, lean coat, piss and lean, voiceover. You know what I mean? Whenever you think like 1920s detective,
no one cared who I was till I put on the overcoat.
Yeah, or what's their name? Their name has to be something like Doherty or something, or like they have to have like that. What's like the name that they always use for like police? Oh fuck, I can't remember. It'll come to me like in an hour from now.
Cyber City.
Yeah, well, like Night City, fucking. They always
Night City,
like
Dark City, fucking.
Garbu, did you ever read this one? Do you ever? Now it was done by the guy that did. Was it Phil Colin?
I love how you have
Phil
sexiest
Pullman?
Pokemon in your fucking search history now.
Oh, thanks, Garbu. Thanks. You might have read it. It was what do you call the guy that did the Artemis Fowl? Owen Colfer,
fuck
is it?
me. Yeah.
It's
Colfer.
What was that book? Where it's Satellite City?
I don't know.
Do you remember that one?
Well,
Let me see.
Find out.
I'll search it. Yes, this is it. Yeah, the Supernaturalists.
Oh, I haven't actually
where
read
it's
that
like,
yet, no.
Oh, give it a go. They only did the one. I really enjoyed it. It was about these like creatures, and like they feed on like humans suffering. Well, I can't really give you the story because
so
it's gonna,
the
like,
American government.
Well, no, it's good though. I actually give it a go. I think that was probably like
This book is all about the Rothschilds. I fucking knew it.
Well, I can't really tell you. Because there's a few twists and turns in the book.
Turnies, eh?
Well, I wouldn't want to tell you. I think, did they ever do another one, or was it only the one book? Let me see. Sequel and call for release. A rough idea of the plot for a sequel, working title. It was too. Nah, it doesn't look like he ever. But at the same time, they got.
That's an 07. Like.
No, he's not making he's not making a follow up. Check it out though. You'd like it if you like Artemis Fowl. I think you'll really enjoy this one. So you will.
If you love Reese's, try Buckeyes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you tired of overreaching and overbearing censorship on important and non-important issues? Well, you're in luck. For just $7.50 a month, you can get access to over 60 hours of completely uncensored and unhinged schizo takes from Megan and James. Us.
I mean, look, it's 60 hours at the minute. Every week we do a minimum of like 3 hours.
Yep.
So,
you get a lot of content.
There's a lot on there.
A lot of content. Ranging from... or even... yes, they are that spicy. Even the name of the topic must be censored. We can't even promote it on YouTube. You can stream or download all the videos from Gumroad and cancel your membership at any time. Though new videos every week on average come to 2 to 3 hours long, so we can really go in depth on any topic, and we are not strangled by the YouTube algorithm.
That's a big issue I always find.
Yeah. We can be open and uncensored and not have to worry about any of that.
If you want to talk about a subject, YouTube really promotes, you're going to have to get that done in 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But on this, we can really take our time and really delve into it.
And most weeks we do bonus off-topic videos. And yes, we even have a teaser video you can download for free from neckbeardia.co.uk. In it we talk about Northern Ireland for 4.5 hours.
I don't even think we scratched the surface.
No,
guys.
it's to try and help you understand who we are as people, our worldview, and how we can kind of be aliens to most people. If any of that sounds good to you, go ahead, links down below, and let's get back to the video. Also, and the winner of the daily giveaway is this guy! Yay! Woo! Woo!
Look, anyway, in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, automatically entered in.
And to claim the prize, you just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Let's get back to the video.
Right, where were we?
We're going steampunk, but fuck steampunk. Steampunk's for fucking f***ers. Move on.
Honestly, no, you know what? Can we just talk about how shit steampunk is for a few minutes?
Love steampunk and their fucking ass goggles and their fucking ass boots.
Okay, you know what's cool though? I'm gonna show you a cool, like, you know what you could do?
And I cannot stand how people call
cyberpunk. No, steampunk's trash. But you know what's amazing? Dieselpunk.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm sure it's down the line. But I cannot stand how people call the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen steampunk. It's not. It's fucking dieselpunk.
Yeah, I would argue it is. Yeah,
I can't stand that shit.
Steampunk to me is more like Victorian era, and like dieselpunk, you need to be like World War One. World War One is diesel. I would argue, honestly,
World War One Beyond is definitely dieselpunk. Definitely.
Yeah.
Steampunk.
I would.
Steampunk is during the Edwardian and Victorian era. That's when it starts.
Yeah.
And I hate people like, time for a little autistic Garbro rant. Treasure Planet is not fucking steampunk. Hugo's not fucking steampunk. Arcane's not fucking steampunk. Neither is BioShock Infinite. All right, Wild Wild West. No, sure, that is. But technically,
is Wild Wild West.
Well, technically, steampunk is Clockwork and dieselpunk. People go, oh my god, there's gears. If people see a fucking gear, oh my god, it's a fucking gear. It's fucking steampunk. Like, how don't you go suck my dick?
Okay, I will. Okay, you know what? Wild Wild West. That's the only example of steampunk that's actually called.
Because there's actually trains. It's like, oh, it's a train.
Yeah.
Steampunk.
Yeah. Okay.
Wer is this Utah anyway?
Yeah, you know what? I actually haven't watched it. I went to go see it in cinema and I loved it at the time. I haven't actually watched it since. I need to watch it again. So I really enjoyed it at the time. Mind you, what age would I have been? I would have been like 5.
But I cannot stand how people are like, oh my god, Treasure Planet steampunk, or like Arcane is technically that's fucking magipunk. It's not even fucking steampunk. There's magic and shit. Steampunk is about like everything is steam. Fuck off. Your steampunk
goggles
sucks.
And you know what it is.
Like steampunk, fuck you. All right.
I don't think it's steampunk that sucks. I think it's the people like steampunk that suck.
They're fucking insufferable, man. Fucking insufferable.
It's always like eccentric fucking neckbeards that like to wear that want the one.
I got leather goggles and a kilt. I'm so fuck off. Just fuck off.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh yeah. You know what about his? If we're on the subject, what about Zorro?
No,
Zorro wouldn't fit any of that.
Zorro is a classic. Is a classic Cake Crusader movie. Technically,
yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, but no. It's just
if Zorro had a cyber eye, it'd be a bit different if you asked me.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll ask John, the basic expert. Can he? Because who is it? Because he's doing like a cyberpunk game. Can he do an expansion and put Zorro in and like make like a cyberpunk Zorro? Because I think that would just be cool.
Give me Zorro. Give it to me.
Yeah, like Aussie Zorro was cool though. I really enjoyed Zorro. I haven't watched that movie in ages as well. Actually,
Zorro can be easily made something like, your rapier's now in a fucking power rapier, like as like a power pack and can cut through steel and shit.
Garbo,
Like,
you know what? We're doing it. Like, Garbo, we're doing it. We're making Zorro because we've got a ton of hexes, like, that are just over the Mexican border. We can totally do this. We're going to... No, wait. Zorro's in California, isn't he?
Zorro is technically in Latin America / Mexico, but we can have him.
Oh, is he in Mexico?
It's not hard.
Right. Look, we're putting him in Burger Punk. Then that's just a given.
Zorro
I want
goes
Zorro.
to Costco in Mexico. If it fucking works.
yes. I want it. Right. Okay. Like, I don't care.
Olay
about
kills your
Steampunk.
manager. What the fuck, Zorro?
Oh, what about Clockpunk? What the
Clockpunk is just as fucking insufferable as Steampunk because people try and say,
Yeah.
Look, hold on, not looking. Let me guess. It says Assassin's Creed, doesn't it?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed.
Fucking do it. See, these people are fucking it. Hold on. Nuh-uh. They do not have a lead battle angel on the front Clockpunk. I am going to shoot a fucking Walmart.
Is it actually? Fuck off. Why would they count that? Why
the Three Musketeers? What you guys are huffing crack cocaine smoke?
No, okay. You know what? An excellent example. Leonardo da Vinci, just him himself. I could say was Clockpunk. It's just him.
Clockpunk if only works because it involves entirely mechanical, spring-powered shit. I believe Elite Vandal has fucking like one-wheeled monobikes and like fucking grav systems. That's not like okay, sure. Dishonored 2, sure. Clockpunk, why not? Assassin's Creed is nowhere near fucking. He hit a fucking wrist blade. And now it's Clockpunk. Fuck off.
Well, Assassin's Creed, they do. There is some like weird technology in Assassin's Creed 2, but I think it's a stretch.
Well, it involves aliens for one. I'm just stupid.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, are they?
That genre lost the fucking plot like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Let's be honest. I don't even know where Assassin's Creed fits in anything. If I be honest with you,
trash game.
Yeah. Also, I don't get why they were so determined on like the present day stuff in Assassin's Creed because it's just like
it was
just
this
not
is the
fun.
worst part of the game, right?
Yeah, it was like, do we go? You know, the best Assassin's Creed for me. So I loved. The first one was okay. I wasn't fussed on it, but I ended up playing the second one, and I loved the second one, Assassin's Creed 2. I really enjoyed. I liked Revelations and Brotherhood and all them ones. And then Assassin's Creed 3 was dog shit. I absolutely hated it. The Native American one. It was just not fun at all. And I really hated the. Yeah, well, I didn't like that they had to. I didn't like
press X to bury the hatchet.
Yeah, I didn't like the boat segments, and then whenever I heard they were doing Black Flag and it was all going to be like on boats and shit, I was like, oh mate, no. Black Flag's probably the best one out of the lot. If I be honest with you, I would say Black Flag was the best Assassin's Creed by a big margin, and then I can't really remember any of the other ones. I tried to play I think I've got the Greek one, so I do. And I tried to play that, but I just got bored. I don't like the way they changed everything, and it's like, I don't know, it's modern day open world sandbox. Everything has to be
modern day open world.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know. I'm just tired of open world games.
I'm
like,
adventure in Greece.
Yeah, like, and does everything have to be like? Does everything have to have a crafting system? Does everything have to? You know what I mean? It's just excuses to get you to play
Upgrade
the game
your
longer.
spear. How about no?
Yeah, like honestly, I'd be happy enough just to play Assassin's Creed and just like, can you just skip all of like the shit in between and just let
give
me play
the fucking storyline.
Yeah, like honestly, I'd be very happy. There's tons of games that I'd be happy enough just to play the missions on and call it a day. I'm just tired of open world stuff because then like you always get distracted, and honestly, it just feels like it's a way to like, oh, how can we get more DLC out of this?
Pad the
you know
game
what I
out
mean?
for another 4 hours. Have them at the is a skill lock with a spear. I don't know, fucking.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, like okay, there we go. Diesel Punk. This is what I'm talking about.
So,
right.
Of all the punks, I fucking love how based Diesel Punk. It's hardcore.
Bioshock, that would be a good example of it.
It's hardcore industrialism with like, you know, basically advanced technology. You know,
Rocketeer. That's the one I was on about.
Rocketeer, yeah, sure. And there's actually a lot of animes based around Diesel Punk, like like I know Porco Rosso's is actually Diesel Punk by a fair.
But yeah, that's a good one actually. I quite enjoyed that one. Yeah. See, honestly, anything that you can successfully put a Lewis machine gun into, it can count as diesel punk to me. If you're using a Lewis machine gun, there you guys go, diesel punk.
What was
and I don't care.
that book series Leviathan?
I think
where like basically like all the Germans and the Turks had diesel punk, and then like the Russians and English were like biopunk. Pretty cool. Yeah, Leviathan. So yeah. So that fucking giant map right there. So in this book series, the Ottomans, the Germans, the Austrians, and the Italians were all about diesel punk, right? But then like the Russians and the English and like the Egyptians were all about like biopunk. They're making animals and making weapons. Really fucking there you go. So see right there. Yeah. See, like so like there's basically just called like the Darwinists. Like Britain and Russia and France were all Darwinists. They're all about creating these animals for war, while Germany, Hungary, the Ottoman Empire is all about making these machines like to go do war. And it was a fucking awesome book series.
Yeah, I'll need to check it out. I've seen the map before, so I have, but I didn't know what it was from. Yeah. If I be honest with you.
Yeah. The Great War, and I think it says So there's the Darwinists, the something else, and the neutrals. I forgot what they're called like the Clanker empires, I think.
I couldn't tell you.
But yeah, so basically
the Ottomans.
yes. So the Ottomans had like gun spiders and shit that'll crawl up dunes and fire rounds at that fucking Darwinist. It's such a good fucking theory.
Do you think, honestly, whenever you think about it, now I know people are going to shout at me and be like, "No, James, that's completely wrong," and you're going to be right about this. But do you think 40K has an awful lot of diesel punk elements?
It has.
If that makes any sense.
It has everything in it.
Elements. It's got everything in it, but it's definitely not. But there's certain elements that you could definitely say, I don't think they use diesel.
So there are all of them in there. So the Tyranids are biopunk. The Necrons are cyberpunk. The big knights and all the things are all diesel.
I don't know.
Punk.
I wouldn't put cyberpunk as the Necrons, so I wouldn't. They would be. I don't
know what I
well,
mean.
I suppose you know what. Actually, okay. You know what? Maybe you're right, because they did replace their body for machine.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. You know what? There's going to be someone arguing in the comments over that.
Actually, bro, you're fucking wrong. And I fucking hate you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's always you that they complain about, which I think is the funniest. But like,
I hope Garbro fucking dies. I fucking hate that
guy. Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm like, LOL, same. The fucking comments.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's funny. So it is. No, honestly, like I love diesel punk. We need more of it. If I be honest with you, Deco punk. What do you think? Metropolis.
Deco punk is basically 1950s, 30s, 40s cyber punk. It's I know it's called chrome punk a lot. Like I've seen it called chrome punk a lot, where it's basically like the step. Basically, it's like the first steps after diesel punk, and it's called chrome punk. Like
Dick Tracy.
No, it's not Dick Tracy. Were they high?
No, I was just reading Dick Tracy because I remember.
But I think Decopunk is misnamed. I think Decopunk should be called Chrome Punk, because think of like the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. Think of like Skullgirls or like the Batman Beyond series or.
Oh yeah.
So, a lot of chrome, a lot of like, there's certain like, basically at that point they're leaning into kind of like the vibe of RoboCop or
where it could be going.
Yeah, like they're leading into the darkness phase, like RoboCop
20s to 50s.
Demolition Man or
Demolition Man would be farther down, I would argue.
Well, no, I'm saying
Demolition Man.
They're leaning up into that point. So
it's going in that direction.
Yeah, so like Chrome Punk's is like the shining steps towards the darker punks,
Yeah, I could see that. It's the precursor, if you will.
Yeah. That's a good word. Precursor is a good word.
Yeah, the precursor. Yeah. Right. Up next, Atomic Punk. I suppose is that the ultimate version? Would just be Fallout then. Really?
That's basically I believe it came out due to like fucking Ray Punk, Atom Punk, the Cold War Punk, that whole thing. The anti-Soviet era.
What about? Would you argue then James Bond to a certain extent? Would James Bond be like a good example?
that could be that.
It's a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, like, but mostly Ray Punk or Adam Punk's like mutant stuff, or the what was the one like Logan's Run and all that shit. The Iron Giant. The Iron Giant is a good example of Adam Punk. The Iron Giant.
I can see that. Yeah, that's a good one. So it is. Yeah, I can
you ever
see
play
that.
the game called Kill All Humans? Is little alien.
Yeah. It was a good one. It was like, it was a great game. So it was.
Yeah. So like, it's more or less like technology's now more advanced, but it's also kind of secret, but it's also kind of not, and like
we have harnessed the power of the atom. You know what I mean? You know what? Why? Why do you
actually,
think...
you know what? Fallout, like the Fallout series, that's Adam Punk in them.
Yeah. Well, then what's more Adam Punk than Chernobyl then?
Yeah. Like Chernobyl or Stalker or that kind of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you, like, I suppose again, precursor to Chernobyl or Stalker and all that sort of stuff. Chernobyl. You know what? I'm so disappointed that, like, honestly, humans are just too shit. Like, why can we not have honestly, no, we are too shit. Like, the problem is, like, atomic energy, great. I don't know anyone that can honestly say, if it's handled correctly, if it's handled correctly, it's amazing. If it's not handled correctly, it's a fucking disaster, and there's no in between. You know what I mean? Like, perfect example, like, just because of Chernobyl, can we really trust the Russians working on, like, just because the Russians fucked it up doesn't mean we all did, although there was that one in, like, the 1950s in the UK, and I think there's been a couple meltdowns in America that got, like, hushed, you know what I mean?
Well,
but they weren't
bad. There were a few issues that happened with some of the reactors. The thing is, all of our shit worked, and it got scrammed. Like, there were issues.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, scram, push a button, and it went because it was a much more advanced form of what they. I mean, you watched the show, right? They had those. The rods were tipped in
granite or whatever.
Graphite. So the rods and those ones were tipped with graphite. And when they pull all the rods out, they supercharge a reactor. Ours were like, well, we used the proper materials and we scrammed and it worked. No.
What are the rods or whatever? Honestly, though, I love it. But again, at the same time,
not great, not terrible.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's such a good meme. So he is. He's honestly such a good character. But again, it's one of those ones. I would love it, but again, you guys get what I'm on about. Humans are just too shit. We just cannot be responsible enough to not fuck it up. That's the problem, because if it fucks up, it's an absolute disaster. But you could argue the same thing happens with, like, fucking oil spills.
Anything.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, whenever anything really, like, any form of energy fucks up, God's sake, just look at the fucking what's going on in Ukraine at the minute. Like, Jesus, Nordstrom, all that sort of stuff, or pipeline, all that jazz. It's like, it's all a fucking disaster. Like, when energy prices go up, everything goes up, and there's no in between. But, like, enough of that. That's not what we hear about. Let's keep going. Steampunk. What the fuck is Steampunk? I've never even heard.
Steampunk is basically after Chrome Punk.
Snowpiercer?
Yeah,
Mad Max? Would Mad Max? Terminator? Do you think so?
No. Hold on. Terminator and RoboCop, sure, those are Steampunk. Mad Max is post-apocalyptic stuff. So that's not
I wouldn't put Mad Max.
Like Real Steel is Steampunk, if you ask. That boxing robot
I can
movie.
See that. Oh yes, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
but Steampunk is just a step up from Chrome Punk. It's all about RoboCop, Terminator, Real Steel. That movement from basically having everything shiny and stuff to having, like, robots and shit, nanotechnology, and virtual worlds, and hardware and built-in software and people and yada.
I don't know if it needs a name. If I be honest with you, I think it's kind of the same as, like, Nanopunk, the one we did earlier. Yeah. I think it doesn't. It's not different enough to have its own title. If I be honest with you, that's what I would go for. What the fuck is this? Cassette futurism.
This is my fucking jam. Cassette futurism. Fuck yeah. Alien, Blade Runner, Back to the Future, Akira, Gundam, Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, the fucking Half-Life series. Cassette.
Stranger Days.
This is my shit, bro. Like, I fucking love cassette futurism. Like, it is so good. What's the other one?
Max Headroom.
like Turbo Kid and fucking what was fucking Boneworks is an old game.
So would you say anything? So the ultimate technology from cassette futurism is like a Commodore 64 then?
Yes. Well,
like
you laugh, but
80s tech essentially.
Remember, like the Aliens movie, you're in a spaceship that's running like simple computers where you got put in like hard disks or like hard LCDs or sorry, not LCDs, CDs or like big old fucking like Betamax charging plaques you got to shove in there, and that powers a spaceship.
What about a good example? Oh, you know what? Have you ever seen like original floppy disks? Like 1950s,
bro. Like
50s.
You forget. Like when I was in school, I had a class where we learned how to save on a floppy disk. We had to go and buy floppy disks. All right, and then make a website.
I only had.
Trust me, I know what it looks like, James.
Like a child. No, I'm talking about like a 1950s one where it's like
where
huge,
they're huge and thick. Yeah, and they have a giant hole in the middle.
No, I mean no, it's like no, but they look like a pizza box. It's like a big pizza box. I'm talking about like 1950s, like you know where they have them in like.
I'm not that old, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, I know you're not that old. That's what I'm talking about, though. That's why I'm saying, like, have you seen one? I didn't expect.
The thing is, there are only there's three main factors that happen in cassette futurism that are very, very important. It's going to kind of throw you. It's going to throw you off center. But there are three key colors that need to be in the setting for cassette futurism. One cream, beige, red, and green.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
those are the three. Because basically, beige and cream are kind of the same thing, but like beige or cream, red and green. Those are the biggest colors.
Are the screens like black and green, or do they have more of like a CTR?
They are usually
like
green.
Monitor?
Well, they're usually either black with green text or green with black text. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like,
I can see that.
Greebles is a big thing too. You know what a greeble is, right?
No, what's that?
So greebling is like banks of blinking lights or like wires running down.
Oh
shit.
yes, yeah. No, I know what you're on about.
Yeah, greebling is is basically like a visual clutter, make things look like that is basically that in a movie would all be greebling, just a bunch of diodes blinking and shit.
So what you need is like a 1980s server room essentially is what you're on about.
Now here's gonna fucking wreck a lot of brains out there. Technically, Star Wars is cassette futurism.
Yeah, I was thinking that like especially like the older ones.
Like
I think that's what kind of did it.
Not even older ones. Like Naboo is cassette futurism. It's all about chrome and sleek designs mixed in with technology. That is pure cassette futurism right there. But it's like set in like an Italian-esque thing. But like look at so type in I see your little screen there. Type in Naboo ship. Yeah, Royal Star.
I would I would argue
like that
to me
that is cassette. It's all chrome. But it's all analog.
No, to me.
Inside that ship is a completely analog control panel.
That's pure Rocketeer to me. I think it's pure. It's very 1920s sort of futuristic car sort of look. You know what I mean?
Or even like 1950s or 40s, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but
it's
you
a space tea bucket.
You see where I'm going, though. Honestly, no, I don't see it. I can see with some of the technology it has on it, like the way they work it.
Like, I'm gonna punch in your face.
Tell me I'm wrong, though. Tell me I'm
going
wrong.
to slap
What's the difference between that and Rocketeer? With
my hand, a dick slap be coming, bro. But no,
guys, you tell us what's the difference between a Naboo starship and this guy.
The colors, obviously.
You guys can tell me.
But like basically, like I love this setting of Cyberpunk. It's my favorite one because it's low tech hitting hard tech right in the face. Because you have like a 1940s Cadillac with grav panels, so it floats and drives around. Oh yeah, actually, Star Wars, Alien, Blade Runner, Fifth Element, as well.
Yeah, I can see Fifth Element. Yeah,
1 a day. My goal is to quit. That kind of shit. But like,
I can see that.
But like Gundam, Appleseed, Macross, Akira, Ghost in the Shell. This is all cassette fusion right here, and I fucking love it. Also, I don't care who says, Star Trek is not cassette futurism. Fuck you and your Star Trek, you goddamn nerds.
No, Star Trek. I wouldn't say it is. So to me, again, I don't know if it really needs. I don't know if cassette futurism even needs like a title, because again, it's just the type of technology. The type of technology is it's more physical, it's more blocky, it's more.
That is the defining feature of this kind of punk. It's called cassette futurism, like or what's the other word? Fucking. It's named after an instrument, like the sound the thing they made all the sounds in Blade Runner with.
A synthesizer.
It sounds like harmonica, but it's not harmonic. I got Google.
I couldn't tell you. Are you talking about just
digital? Hold on, cyberpunk.
A synthesizer?
No.
You on about?
It sounds like harmonica. You get a formica. Anyway, but no.
Yeah.
It must be called cassette futurism.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Let's keep going. Loco punk. What the fuck is this?
What are you talking about, crazy man?
I've never like burlesque. What?
Burlesque. Hold on, let me pull your fucking Discord up. Rococo punk. What the fuck is this?
What is this?
The Rococo period. What'd you call this?
Kitten punk.
It's Rococo. You absolute name.
What the?
Like the Baroque period, bro. You call Baroque burlesque? Fucking you Americans are so uncultured.
All right, okay, fair enough. Well, then you tell us all about it then. What the fuck is it?
No.
I've never even heard.
Rococo is just a period of time.
David Bowie.
No, like Rococo is like, like
Georgian.
No. It's basically like the poppycock era. It's all about big hair and that kind of shit. But like, it basically like
it's a Georgian.
No, it's just the French. Like the Rococo is like the French and the French. It's all about the French really, and it's a time. It's like
French
like Rococo, big wigs. The men were wearing high heels, tight pants, big crotch bulges. That's basically the Rococo period. All
right, okay. Well, I would call it Georgian personally, but maybe that's the angle in me speaking.
But Rococo punk makes no sense. That's basically just that'd be steampunk with their wigs at that point. Like what the fuck?
Is this just steampunk then? For like further back, like the precursor to steampunk?
I mean, probably.
Is this what it is?
I don't think Rococo punk is even a thing, let alone deserves
I've never heard
category.
of it. I've never heard of it before in my life.
What movies are Rococo punk? What books are Rococo punk? What comics are Rococo? Sid Vicious. What?
Although it is fairly least derivative in its style, that is visually similar to the New Romantic movement in the 1980s, particularly such groups as Adam and the Ants. I've never heard of you. As a steampunk, they put it, imagine a world where the Rococo period never ended and I had a love child with Sid Vicious.
So David Bowie.
So it's like, it's just giving me Bowie vibes then, but a bit more like.
I mean, I guess there's one movie you could call Rococo punk. That'd be Labyrinth, I guess.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, okay.
Same time, it's like it's not really a genre. I've never even heard of Rococo punk.
I'm gonna say it's trash, and I don't
Your
really care
Honor,
that much
this
about
genre is unbased and cringe. Moving on.
Oh, other proposed see, like they're again.
Ray Punk. Yeah, see right there, Ray Punk.
Yeah, okay. Ray Punk. Let's go, Ray Punk.
Scroll. So Ray Punk's about like ray guns, living on the moon. Is that actually? If you ask me, Ray Punk is actually an aesthetic more than a genre. Like the Jetsons, sure, or Star Trek. Or,
Oh, there we go. Yeah, Star Trek would fit it
Ray
quite
Punk
nicely.
is all about like you've all watched some of the Ray Punk shit, like Flash Gordon.
But again, I would argue Flash Gordon to me is more like Planet Punk. If I'll be honest with you.
Well, how about
like
Buck Rogers?
Planet sort of shit.
Like Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon.
Okay, I can see it. I can see it. You know what would be a good one? Okay, what about COD Zombies? Does that count? Because I've got the leg up. Does that count?
Well, actually, just due to like the general topic of like we got to power this giant machine, but actually that would fit with Ray Punk for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. They gone Gothic.
Yeah. So Ray Gun Gothic is kind of like a style. Think of like 1950s America diners. Yeah, that's kind of like Ray Gun Gothic.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. Again, I would call it more of an aesthetic than anything.
So I looked at your Discord.
What the fuck is now punk?
Now punk is fucking gay. Skip.
What is
now
it?
Punk's like Rick and Morty and fucking Steven Universe. Like we gotta go save the kids, Morty. No, fuck it. Fuck now Punk. Fuck you. Moving on.
Is it actually?
Bro,
Japanese.
No.
It's an anime.
They attach shit to now Punk to make things better. Like they try and say, like,
Universe.
Yeah, Steven Universe, Rick and Morty, the regular show, We Bare Bears, Scott Pilgrim. It's all now Punk. No, it's not. It's stupid. It's not even a fucking series.
I don't think it like counts.
It's all like
yeah.
There's a few movies that try and hold on. I'm trying to look it up. There are a few movies they attached.
A Clockwork Orange, would that be? I don't know if Clockwork Orange would be.
Excuse me, Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, they're putting Clockwork.
How's that?
I mean,
it's just guys killing each other.
But now Punk doesn't really make sense because everything's now. You know what I mean? Eventually it's gonna with the passing of time, it's gonna cycle through. Does that make any sense?
Like now, Punk makes no sense. It's dumb.
I'm not saying
like I know it's Watch Dogs. People try to say like Watch Dogs was like.
Wait, hold on. What are they trying to say about 9/11? Hold on. So now Punk is a term invented by Bruce Sterling, which he applied to contemporary fiction that is set in the time period, particularly in the post-Cold War 1990s to the present, or a future set where the particular time period is influential, in which the fiction is being published, i.e. all contemporary fiction. Sterling used the term to describe his book Zenith Angel, which follows the story of a hacker whose life changed by the September 11th attacks in 2001. Alright, okay, so he wasn't doing anything like that.
Like Big O or fucking... What was that cartoon that had big-ass fucking foreheads? Hold on, cartoon... I guess technically also like Powerpuff Girls could be fucking now Punk. Fooly Cooly could be fucking
I guess.
now
Yeah,
Punk.
I guess. I don't...
What was that big-ass...
Did Squid become human?
Giant forehead anime. Anime with giant... What was it? Oh, Code Loco. Code Loco could be now Punk. Yeah, Code Loco.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't bother with that one.
Hold on. Look how fucking big Code Loco's goddamn foreheads were. Fucking big-ass forehead, goddamn.
Wait, that's just fucking... Wait, is that not just the same aesthetic as like Boondocks?
Oh my
I think
god,
they do the same.
No. Boondocks is not now Punk. That's like Ghetto Punk maybe, but that's not now Punk.
Well, I don't know. The aesthetic is kind of the same. Anyway,
don't touch those cyberpunks over there.
Right, look, I'm not going to get into trouble. Look, this is a world building. This is not going to get us into issue. This is not going to get us into problems.
Cyber prep?
Cyber prep? What the fuck is this? Is a term with similar meaning to post-cyberpunk, a cyber prep, which assumes the technology advancements of a cyberpunk, but life is utopia.
That sounds fucking gay and boring, and I don't want. Oh, cyber prep's basically like fucking cyberpunk. Only one movie fits cyber prep, and that's Demolition Man. That's it.
I would argue Demolition Man would be Burger Punk. I think Burger Punk would be the ultimate
for sure.
For like Demolition Man.
Welcome to Taco Bell.
Yeah, it works very well though. Like honestly, everything about it was. What ones was it? Was it not Pizza Hut as well? I think the Euro version was Pizza Hut because we don't have Taco Bell.
Okay.
Yeah, they changed it so they did for us.
So Solar Punk,
I
don't get. Lunar Punk is about.
It's alright.
So Lunar Punk is actually Ray Punk, if you ask me, because Ray Punk's all about like moon bases and shit.
Avatar, really? Is that where the
how is Avatar Lunar Punk? Are they huffing fucking funny gas?
I wouldn't call it that. Here,
Elf Punk.
Would you argue? A good example would be Be Bright. But do you think the Violators fits Elf Punk?
It does, yes. So Elf Punk is not about elves. People don't get that. Elf Punk's about fantasy punk. So like think like art. So I'm not looking at your fucking thing because I love trying to guess this shit. Artemis Fowl, Bright.
Maybe Harry Potter. Maybe
I guess. What's another one I'm trying to think of?
Shadowrun would be an obvious
Shadowrun.
one.
Well, yeah. Onward. Onward is a great example of elf punk. Is it on there somewhere?
No, I'm not seeing it. What's his Onward?
Onward.
Onward. Yeah.
So elf punk is about fantasy meeting reality. Technically, Emily Bronze is elf punk. Technically,
yeah, I can see that.
The Veil Riders is elf punk, which is fine. You know, technically, the Waffengeists are myth punk, I believe, or gun punk, one of the others. But
Yeah.
but elf punk's about having fantasy things in modern day. So a great example
Yeah.
for all the normies is Harry Potter. You know.
Yeah, Harry Potter would probably be a good
For
example
all
of
the
it.
gamers,
Bright was
obviously
a good-
Shadowrun. You know, Bright
Yeah.
is a fantastic example.
I liked it. I really enjoyed Bright, and everyone I talked to about it. Oh, so many people say, James, it was a shit movie. What are you on about? It was all about like black people and stuff. It was like it was SJW shit. It's like, mate,
Blind
I really
as
enjoyed
fuck,
it,
bro. Like me and James. I mean, y'all know us, but like I fucking loved Bright because it made like
Yeah,
it showed how mundane the fantastical can get if it's like, you know what, I gotta pay taxes.
Yeah.
There's fucking crime and shit.
Yeah.
You're an orc.
I
I
liked
fuck,
it.
bro.
You know, I was talking to some of the boys the other day, and like, you know, the way, like, because I saw that whole fucking thing about black people being orcs came up again, and I was thinking, you know
Really?
what, I'm gonna be like hashtag stay toxic, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn into, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio from Django Unchained, and I'm gonna start getting the orc skull out. It's like, as you can see here, the orc skull very heavily. The correlation between the orc skull and the African American skull are very, very similar. I'm just gonna start doing that just because, like,
What,
honestly, I'm just tired of the argument.
we didn't
I'm
know
tired of.
Hold on,
I'm tired of it. It's.
Hold on, we did a new hashtag called Not So Bright.
Oh yeah, that could work actually. Hashtag not so bright. Yeah, that works. I don't know. Like, also, I'm just sick of it. You know, the thing is, it's like it feels like the same arguments come up time and time again. People arguing about Thacker. People arguing about orcs being black people. People arguing about X-Card. It's like, come on, guys, can we pick? Oh, what's he shit the bed again? You know what I mean? It's like I'm just getting really bored with these topics, and like I feel like it's just not going anywhere. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to become the most toxic human being I can possibly can, just to make it interesting this time around. You know what I mean? I just want to have fun. You know? I'm probably going to get into the issue with that.
fun.
Right, let's keep going. Myth Punk.
So
this is the last one, is it?
Myth Punk is all about like. So a great example of Myth Punk is going to be the Mercy Thompson series, where it's not about fantasy without having myths like elves and like fairies and like Sasquatch and like all the myths are side by side.
Oh, okay. Would a good example of this be maybe Pan's Labyrinth? Maybe?
Sure, yeah. So Pan's Labyrinth as a
you
movie
see
would
that?
work. Yeah, I did see Pan's Labyrinth. But like a better book series would definitely be the Mercy Thompson series. If it follows like a native shape changer as she deals with like werewolves and like fairy monsters like Loch Ness Monster and kelpies and all that in the modern world. There's like a giant like fairy like reservation they all live on and shit.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to explore a good myth punk, I've looked at a lot of myth punk books, and only Mercy Thompson's good because A, there's sex in it, and B, it's not stupid, you know. So like,
could you argue maybe the Artemis Fowl series could go into more myth punk then?
I think that's purely elf punk because there's like the Loch Ness Monster's not there. It's just mostly like there's the Great Fey War, another underground. It's more elf punk than myth punk. I would say.
All right, yeah, okay. Fair
Another
enough.
great myth punk book series is a Cybernar Green Nightside series. That's another good one.
Yeah.
So I would
I
say
don't know.
the two best examples of myth punk are the Nightside series and the Mercy Thompson.
The other big thing, like, so we're at the end here, but like the other thing I really want to ask you is,
later.
what? Yeah, well, why the fuck do we have to have the term punk thrown at the end? I think like it needs to be League Against something. It needs to be like
No.
organ.
There's a reason why it's called punk because it's just part of the nomenclature, really. It's simply so punk is simply a way to say it's a derivative or an offset from real life. Like cyberpunk is cyber life, but not real life. There's all the term punk is kind of like a German add-on. Like it's kind of like a how am I trying to explain it? Like I have examples in my head, but I don't need them. But I need them.
I suppose I think like I get like one of the ones that always gets me is like American punk and like British punk is completely different. You know what I mean? I would argue like American punk is very. It's very poppy. Like it's more like pop music or like soft rock. Like I would argue.
I wouldn't really. I'll say it because I'll say punk is more. The term punk in this kind of situation, like elf punk or cyberpunk, is more like a rebellion against normality. Like the punk is more of a a counter to reality or counter reality. So like
Oh,
cyberpunk
okay.
would be like cyber reality against the current reality. Punk in itself
Okay.
has been used as like basically like, the counterculture has been punk, except nowadays punk is pro-establishment and like we love how this boot tastes. Nom, 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 nom. That's current punk.
Well, I would argue current punk at the minute is like starting a family. Honestly, I would argue like
So technically, the current punk is having a trad wife and 6 kids and loving your family,
Yeah.
and obeying your gender norms. That's currently punk in the current time.
So wait, does that mean Varge is officially it's Varge punk then?
I mean,
maybe I don't know.
I mean,
kind of, maybe, I don't know. Well, for Scandinavian standards, I suppose he might be. I don't know. Honestly, the more I look at Varge, the funnier he becomes. Like, he's just such a weird guy. Like, he's really fucking weird.
He's just such a strange guy.
No, he is. So he's really bizarre. Like, he's really weird. I just think he's funny though more than anything. What gets me is like he's obviously a fucking retard a lot of the time, and so many people take him like super seriously.
Like,
you know what I mean? It's like I don't know.
Like, well, to put another step on the punk ladder. Right now, in the current climate, if you said, "Well, I just believe that men are men and women are women," you're now considered punk for going against the current establishment prerogatives. Like,
I would agree with
are
that.
you saying you don't believe that women could be men? No, and now you're punk because you're currently counterculture. You know.
Yeah. So is punk just another term for counterculture then? Would you
Kind of,
argue?
yeah, for sure. Or see,
Is it
punk-
interchangeable to that
well,
point?
the thing is, punk is counterculture, but like ex-punk is counter reality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright, okay.
Diesel
Yeah, I can see
punk
that.
is an alternative counter diesel reality, or like cyberpunk is like a counter cyber reality. It's the
Or
punk.
or would it be like it's taken to the extreme? Like what's the end of the road look like with this sort of machine? Like, a good example is like what is internet punk? Like to me, internet punk would be again everyone lives in a digital world and we're ruled over by some like benevolent AI.
I mean, you say that, but
We all
actually,
live in the mix.
it's about actually. If you look at dot hack, that's kind of what
Yeah.
you're talking about, like where
Yeah.
where reality is so bad that you retreat to online and you have that big old headset on, and it's where like I know a lot of the settings like dot hack or God forbid you say fucking Sword Art Online, but like
Oh, here, no, you go for
say dot hack. The reality is so grim compared to the online world. People will sleep, wake up, and put on a headset, and they'll live their lives in that virtual world.
Yeah, I could see that.
Kind of
Or
like,
just like
hold on. Fuck, what's the movie called? Gerard Butler's in it. Gerard Butler video game. Gamer. So Gamer is a great example of that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Because people.
Oh, was that Level Up? Was it called Level Up?
No. It's called Gamer because in this setting, Gerard Butler's character is currently in jail. Right, he's being used as a puppet for war games. Same time his wife.
Yes.
His wife is trying to make ends meet, and she's now an avatar for some fat, greasy dude who's living out his life via her.
What about Ender's Game then? Would Ender's Game fit into there somewhere? No.
Ender's Game is purely sci-fi. Gamer is it involves that internet thing where you're living your alternate reality through someone else. However, this time it's actual people who are paying or getting paid to be your real life avatar. So like, it's a really creepy scene in Gamer where his wife's in like this giant like there's actually like a part of the city. There's a big old part of the city that's walled off, right? And that's the gamer part of the city. So all the avatars go to work in this little walled off part of the city, and in that part they're all control. Oh yeah, stop. Right, so hold on, go up. Now left. That's the game. That's the walled off gamer city where all these actual people are avatars for other people, and they're being so basically their brain gets turned off via some system, and then the guy like controlling them goes into their brain and controls them. So think of like what was that creepy ass video game where like they're like furries and shit? It's like called like Second Life or some shit. Think of like Second Life, but in real life, like you're living in an actual person, or having sex and shit, or there's like
I can see that.
It's fucking wild. Like Gamer was a wild fucking movie, bro. Like
what about? I suppose, well, you could argue maybe you can see elements of that No, actually, I'm leeching with that. Actually, no, never mind. I was thinking of the dolls from Cyberpunk.
No,
like, where people. It's
these are
too
actual
much.
people who like I think it's like nanobots.
Yeah.
Gamer could be a fucking nanopunk because it's all controlled via nanobots. I've got
again,
strings on me, you know that shit.
Right. Okay. Look, I think that's where we're gonna, because we're coming up on an hour and a half. So we are. Yeah, but I mean, like, look, it's a big subject. Like,
Now, unfortunately, I said faggot a lot. You can see it's going through all hour 18 and found all the faggots I said, because faggot's my favorite faggoty word, and now you gotta go through and channel the fucking faggot words out, and now you're stuck. Anyway.
No.
No.
Well, look, okay. No, look, if you guys enjoyed this one, go ahead, maybe like it, maybe subscribe if you're not, I don't know how you got here.
When the videos come out.
Go ahead, go on our website, have a wee nosy. I've got a new tab just dedicated for all Garboo stuff, so if you want to see what Garboo's up to, you can check all that stuff out. And
join my
OnlyFans. Yeah, well, here, join my Gumroad, more like. We've got a free version. Yeah, I should have called it that. Honestly, it's one of those ones I'm kind of no, enough of that. Look, all the links are down below. I want you to shout on us and tell us why we're so fucking wrong about everything that
I fucking hate Garbro. Hope he fucking dies in a car crash. That fucking
don't get me wrong. I think there was a lot of stuff I think we're reaching at with some of them. You know, the best one, the one that I love the most is people were shouting at me. This was ages ago. It's the only one I remember where people really got upset with me was I said, how well would Alexander's phalanxes done up against Napoleon? And people were like, no, James he wouldn't have made contact. It's like, what are you on about?
Actually, James, you know what you're talking
about. Yeah, but like people during Napoleonic era made contact with the enemy all the fucking time. They had fucking bayonets. They would
actually, James, you're fucking gay.
Actually, they would have shot each other. Yes, people did die from getting shot at. Yes, I know buckshot would have ripped their lines apart, but would they have made contact? I think they would have made contact, okay, guys? I'm not saying that they're going to win by any chance. I don't think they're going to win, but I'm just saying that they would have made contact. But that's really what I can think of that people got really upset with us over.
Someone get in touch,
I think they just... Yeah. It's like, look, I'm just saying that they made contact, okay? And also, generally speaking, in that time, Napoleonic era, if you make contact with the enemy, normally they would have ran away. Normally, you can break their lines pretty easily if you charge them.
If you caught if you caught the gun line mid-reload, there'd be fucking chaos. Well, it's why cavalry were still used so much, because the cavalry charge, fucking jingle bells, fuck nuts, you go running through. So.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna leave it there, because we've talked enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I like doing world building stuff, but again, a lot of people the videos don't do so well. So if you know anywhere that you would like to share it would be really nice. Links down below. Anything else, Garbu? Do you need anything?
My kids book is being made. We have art running up right now in memes of the kids book being made. So basically, I'm making a kids book called Kip Kip the Trash Harpy, this is not like I want to teach your kid morals. It's basically it's a story of Kip Kip the Trash Harpy who likes trash. All right, that's what Kip Kip does.
Okay.
And
Kip Kip sounds nice.
And it's set in the Veil Rider verse. The game book's nearly finished. I'm waiting on a little bit more art. Should be done by December. We gonna make all the OSR bitches cry, suck my nuts, my dick is bigger than your dick, etc., etc. Fuck D&D. Matt Mercer has had a good game in 5 years. Anything else you got, James? Or are you?
I'm pretty happy enough.
But guys are fucking delicious.
You can download all my stuff, a lot of stuff for free off the website. I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time here, unclothed.